Chapter 12. Earning, Learning and Teaching the Boss. By the time Tribhuvan turned 15, not even the first trace of a moustache had appeared on his face. But inside there was a storm. A beautiful, powerful storm. You see, Tribhuvan was carrying two worlds on his young shoulders, and both of them were pulling him in completely different directions. On one side was his soul, his deep, burning desire to walk the path of a sadhu, to renounce the world, to let go of everything, and to live a life of pure spiritual devotion. He had already tried once. At just 9 years old, he had left home to take Diksha. But his elders had called him back, and he had returned, out of love and respect for them. So, here he was again, living in the world, surrounded by the very things he was trying to leave behind. And on the other side, with his family. His beloved great-grandmother Ratanba, a woman who had given everything for this family, and now she was old, she was struggling. The family was living hand to mouth, barely enough to eat, barely enough to survive. Uncle Tarachand helped when he could, but the weight of keeping the home alive rested mostly on Ratanba's aging shoulders. Aunt Riker had done her best too, stitching and tailoring, to bring in a little extra money. But her health had broken down, and with it, even that simple, small income had stopped. Tribhuvan looked at all of this, and he could not stay still. He did not want a job. He did not want to get tied to the world. But he also could not bear to see his great-grandmother struggle alone. So, at 15 years old, this young boy, full of spiritual fire, made a quiet, selfless decision. He would work, he would earn, he would take care of his family. And that is how Tribhuvan walked through the doors of Shri Mohanlal Himchand Shah's office. Shri Mohanlal was a very well-known Jain advocate, a lawyer who handled both civil and criminal cases. Tribhuvan joined as a junior clerk. His job was simple: look after the office and make neat, clean copies of legal documents. Now Tribhuvan had beautiful handwriting, clear, precise, elegant, and very quickly that handwriting made him someone the office could not do without. He was paid 3 rupees a month as his salary, and on top of that, 3 more rupees for writing legal reports. 6 rupees a month. It wasn't much, but it was enough. The household expenses were now being met. Uncle Tarachand's help was needed only occasionally, and in Ratanba's tired eyes, there was a little relief. But this is where the story gets really interesting. One day, Advocate Mohanlal came to Tribhuvan with urgency in his voice. Tribhuvan, make a fair copy of this petition immediately. I have to submit it to the Baroda court. It's a murder case. A murder case. The client was a man from a village called Padra. He was accused of killing his own wife. His defense was that he had seen his wife set herself on fire, that it was not murder, but something she had done herself. Tribhuvan took the draft. His job was to read it first, understand it fully, and then write the fair copy. So he sat down and began to read. He read it once, then again. His forehead slowly creased. Something was not right. Meanwhile, Mohanlal was watching from across the room. He could see that Tribhuvan had not yet started writing. He was getting restless, impatient. You haven't started writing yet? When will you finish? I need to get my client's signature and submit this urgently. Tribhuvan looked up calmly. And then, this 15-year-old boy spoke words that stopped the experienced lawyer in his tracks. Sir, I am confused. If this petition is submitted as it is, it will get your client hanged. Mohanlal was stunned. What do you mean? Why would he be hanged because of this appeal? Tribhuvan spoke quietly but clearly. Sir, in his oath, the accused himself says that he saw his wife setting herself on fire. If he saw it with his own eyes, why did he not try to save her? That is the question the court will immediately ask. Mohanlal tried to defend it. He did try to save her, but he couldn't. Tribhuvan nodded gently and asked one more question. Then, sir, if he tried to save her from the fire, how is it that he did not get even a single injury, not one burn? The court will notice this and it will work against him. Silence. Mohanlal had nothing to say. A 15-year-old boy, a junior clerk, a child with no legal training, had just found a flaw that this senior experienced advocate had completely missed. Mohanlal was a good man, a wise man. He felt a little embarrassed. Yes, but more than that, he was genuinely impressed. He looked at Tribhuvan and said, "Why don't you prepare the appeal yourself?" And Tribhuvan did. He wrote the petition fresh, in his own words, in his own style, his own clear and sharp thinking. Mohanlal read it. He submitted it to the court and he won the case. The accused was proved innocent. Now, word spread quickly after that. The story of this young boy, this 15-year-old clerk with wisdom far beyond his years, spread like wildfire through the town. People talked about his sharp mind, his careful thinking, his fearless honesty. But Tribhuvan himself, he was not thinking about fame. He was thinking about Ratanba, about the family, about the small amount of money he could bring home each month. And somewhere deep inside, he was still thinking about that other path. The one he had not yet been able to take. The path of sadhu, the path of the soul. His body was working in a law office, but his heart was somewhere else entirely. This was chapter 12. Earning, learning and teaching the boss. End of chapter 12.